bonjour, welcome back. I would say welcome back to Jules on the couch, but clearly I'm not on the couch yet. I will be eventually, so don't get used to this. Don't get used to this. Also, I didn't have a shirt to wear. Like, I wanted to wear a new shirt, but I don't have any other shirts because I wore all my shirts already on my YouTube channel. I should count how many YouTube videos I have because that's how many shirts I have. And I try to wear a new fun shirt in each video. This is a pashmina I got from a festival. What festival was this? Nocturnal, I think. Anyway, I turned it into a shirt and it's super cute. Today I want to talk about when you are forced to let go of an old version of yourself, of an old version of your life, when you are literally shoved, pushed to where you are being forced to let everything go and to completely surrender everything to God, to the universe, to whatever it may be, when you are forced to let it go all the way. When you have no other option, that is it. I want to talk about that because that recently happened to me and it can throw you in for a freaking loop. Let me tell you. I was, living my life, living in my dream apartment, had my dream job, blah, blah, blah. Everything's good. So I thought. I lost my job. I got a new one. New one's, doing well. It's a little more stressful than I thought it was going to be initially. It's not exactly what I pictured I would be doing. And then I had to move out of my dream apartment into a place that I wasn't expecting to be living. And I was forced to leave the city that I was living in. I was forced to leave the apartment I was living in. I was forced to leave the job that I had to then go into a new one. That's not what I initially ever really saw myself doing. And then I also just was forced to be in an environment that is safe and it's great and whatever, but it's not where I thought I was gonna be. And my mind almost went into this loop of what's happening? Like, what's going on? Why do I feel like I'm going backwards? You're not going backwards. And that's something I had to tell myself. You're not going backwards. You're actually going forward. When you feel like in life you are going backwards because you were forcefully by the universe had to give up something, you got laid off from your job, you can't afford the place that you live anymore, you have to move, maybe your friend doesn't want to be your friend anymore, your boyfriend breaks up with you, whatever happens, where you're forced to let go and you feel like you're going backwards, you're not. It's actually pushing you and propelling you forward. Right now you're in this state called the pruning state, where, God prunes you. The universe prunes off what's not working anymore, what's not making sense, what's not going to make sense for your new life that he has for you. And you're pruning all these old ways away, all these things away. Maybe the thing that you thought you needed. Maybe you thought that was your dream job, but no, it's actually not. Maybe you thought that that relationship was the one for you, the one you're going to be with forever, but it's not. Maybe that friend actually not a good friend and is not going to support you to where you're headed in your new life. Maybe that apartment that you thought was your dream apartment, actually you're going to get a better one. And you feel like when all these things are being taken away from you, because at the end of the day, some of them are, actual objects like a house or a place or a car. And then some of them are your livelihood, your job. And then some of them are your relationships, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. It's being taken away from you. You're shifted into a place where you didn't think that you were going to ever be. You never saw this coming. You never thought that you were going to be living where you live, doing what you do. You never thought that it was going to happen. You're like, what is going on? Like, why do I feel like my life just did a whole flip upside down? And I feel like it's going to do another one. And I feel like it's going to do another one. It's like, when does this roller coaster, when do I get off this ride? Sometimes I sit there and I'm like, when is this ride going to end? But then I stopped and I thought and I looked around and I go, I'm actually right where I'm supposed to be. And I'm right where I'm supposed to be because although all those things that I thought that made my life so great are no longer in it, I don't feel upset about those things being gone. I actually feel pretty good about those things being gone. And even though I'm doing something I never thought I would do, what I found out from getting laid off was I need to freaking start what I really want to do, which was creating videos. I need to start doing those hobbies that I really want to do, like writing songs and poems and whatever. Those are my hobbies. Whatever your hobbies are, maybe, you got laid off. Now it's time to go, really open up that restaurant. Maybe you don't have the money. Maybe you take that risk. You go get a loan from the bank. It's like you sit there and you go, wait a minute. I thought that my life was so well, doing my dream job, living in my dream place, but now I'm realizing what I really want. And it's not even that what you really want, because maybe you did want that apartment then, maybe you did want that job then, but you're being forced to get rid of it because what your new life is going to be is preparing you for what you really want, for what you really desire, for what you're really supposed to be doing. And you wouldn't even have the confidence to start those things unless those other things were taken away from you. Unless I wasn't forced to move, what I realize now, okay, I actually don't even want to live there anymore. I didn't even realize how stressful it was and how much, although I loved it, there was parts that I really didn't like. And now I know what I really want. And then, with the job, it's like getting laid off. It's like, okay, now it's time to actually really start the thing that I really want to do long term. It doesn't even matter what job I have now, what job I have in the future, because I know at the end of the day what I really want, and I'm going to continue and make time for that hobby and continue to do it no matter what. And then you get into a situation where, you look around, and although you got rid of so much stuff, so much is gone, you're realizing and you're chipping away at yourself and realizing who you really are. Because I've come to this conclusion and it wasn't easy. And even now, there was times that I would be like, I feel like I'm going backwards. Like, this isn't how I feel. Like, this isn't how I'm supposed to feel. During this transition and all this, I did get back into my previous relationship, which at first I was like, is this right? Is this not right? And then when I figured out it was the right decision, it really was the right decision, and I feel very happy about it, 100%. This is the right decision. And now I'm realizing where I really want to live, where I really want to work, what I really want to do. And when you have that mentality and now you know for a fact, it feels good. It feels good to know what you actually want in this life. And so even though it feels like you're going backwards, you're not, you're going forwards, because you're realizing more about yourself that you wouldn't have realized about yourself unless those things were taken away from you. And it also makes you realize that don't place such importance on things in your life, because your life is always going to be changing. There's going to be times where it's kind of the same maybe for a few years, but your life is always going to be changing. And right now it's funny because a few months ago I actually said to myself, I have no idea where I'm going and I have no idea what's happening, and that's just how it's supposed to be right now. And I'm not even going to try to figure it out, and figuring it out is going to put my head in for a loop. And it's crazy because I believe in horoscopes and all that stuff, but on the Pattern app, it literally said that for this time of my life until I think February 2026, that I'm going to feel what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. But I really don't know at the end of the day, what the actual plan is. Do you know what I mean? In my head, I have a plan of what I want to do, but in my head, I'm also but that can also change. That can also go a zillion different ways. And I really, at the end of the day, don't know. And that's honestly feels really weird to say. it feels really weird to say because I'm such a planner and I'm such a goal-oriented person where I'm like, this one I'm gonna do, this. And although I sit there and I still have these goals and I still have a plan, I also am sitting there like, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Because usually I have a deep-rooted feeling inside of me that I'm like, this is what's gonna happen. And then it usually happens. But now I don't have that feeling. I know that something great is going to happen. I know something amazing is going to happen. I know something amazing is happening right now. And that's just learning finally how to like let go, let it all go, let go of the control, completely surrender everything, completely be guided like by the universe and by God, and completely actually like close my eyes and let him lead and let the universe lead you and push you where you're supposed to go and where you need to go in this lifetime. Because the more that you try to push back and control, you don't know what is best for you. Did you know that? You think you know what's best for you, but you don't know what's best for you. Now I'm thinking of that clip from Real Housewives of OC. You don't know. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion. Because everyone's going to have an opinion about what they think your life should look like. And even you have your own opinion about what you think your life should look like. But God and the universe, they know what your life is actually going to be and look like. And you might think that you hate something right now, or that it doesn't feel right, or what am I doing? This is weird. But then it actually ends up working out for you, and it actually becomes fruitful, because you, at the end of the day, you don't know what your life should be like or look like. You think that you do, but we are humans living on this earth. There's so many different ways that you can go in this life, and follow, of course, what you think you should do, and your dreams and your passions, like follow those 100% and believe them to be true. But also sometimes the world and the universe forces you into these situations where it's like, why are you settling? You thought that was your dream job? Like, is that really your dream job? Why did you like think that apartment was your dream apartment? Like, is that really your dream apartment? Is that really your dream place? Where do you really see yourself living? Is that your dream partner? Or is there something, like, what do you actually want? Like, stop playing around. I love saying that. I always say, stop playing these games. Because stop playing these games. Stop playing games with your life. No more playing around. No more playing games. You know what you want. You know what your dreams are. And sometimes you're just too afraid to actually believe them to be true. And when the universe is pushing you around, throwing you in for a loop, you feel like you're going backwards when you're actually realizing more and more, oh wait, oh shit, time is going by with or without me, and I know what I really want. And if I keep fighting against it and like living this life that I think I'm supposed to live and be like everybody else, no, you gotta go your own way, you gotta go your own path. And it's going to feel so confusing and so uncomfortable and so weird. But you can't let that feeling of the uncomfortable and the weirdness and the where am I scare you too much. Because let me tell you right now, I don't know what's going on. Like literally, where the fuck am I? Where am I? Where am I? Like, where am I? I don't know. And that's okay. And it's all going to be good, and it's all going to be fine, and it's all going to be great. And I truly, genuinely believe that. And I believe that for you. So if you feel lost right now and confused because you feel like you've been pushed back, you don't know what's going on, you're upside down, you're backwards, just know that it's all being worked out, and what is for you will happen, and what is meant for you will come. That doesn't mean to just sit around and wait for it. What it means is what is supposed to happen will happen. That's something that, like, once I let myself truly believe that, I was able, like, the stress went out the freaking window. So you need to do the same for yourself. What is meant for you will come to you. What dreams you're supposed to achieve, you're supposed to live out, that will happen. Every dream and every thought that you have that's put into your head isn't put into your head randomly. If you feel like you're supposed to do this one thing, like you're supposed to, I don't know, be a chef, for example, You don't know why, you don't know why, you don't know why, but you just naturally have a talent. You don't know why, and you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. And then you become one. Some way down the line, you become super successful being a chef. And you're like, what? Like, I never even thought that that was possible. I always just thought like that was something in my head. But no, every single night when you go to sleep and you have these dreams and you have these visions and you have these thoughts about what you want and what you see your life to be like, your life that's just a glimpse of like 10% of what it's going to be like. When in reality, the universe has a whole idea and a whole plan for your life. There's a song I've been listening to a lot lately called Good Plans, and I think it's by Red Rock Worship. And in the song it says, he has good plans for me, he has good plans for me, he has good plans, over and over. And I've been listening to that a lot lately because I genuinely believe that he has good plans for me. And although I don't know what those plans are, I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to. You're not supposed to. But God has good plans for you. God has a whole written out plan for you that's going to happen no matter what. Like, no matter what. There's nothing that could mess with the plan that God has for you. And the plan isn't just, of course, a straight line. It's dips and dives. It goes up and down. And you're like, what? And you're like, 1 minute, you're like, this is what it is. And then you're like, no, that's not what it is, actually. This is what it is. And you're like, no. And then it just like, it goes, and he knows what you need to see and what you need to go through to believe certain things and to see things for how they truly are. He knows what you need to, what needs to happen, what heartbreaks need to happen, what deaths freaking need to happen, what horrible things need to happen around you. Those things were going to happen regardless, but those things are also adding to your story and putting you in a place of where you're supposed to be. It's making you stronger. It's building character. It's making you realize what truly matters in life. Because I know I sit here and I have my makeup on, my hair done, and I'm wearing a cute little shirt. At the end of the day, what truly matters is what's in my soul, is what's in my heart, of what's in here. Because when you go through something I've gone through, which is seeing your parent, my mother, literally like a corpse in front of my eyes, going from bright, healthy, happy to looking like a literal skeleton, was horrific. But I'm sure maybe some of you have gone through that, have seen your parent get sick and literally go from looking normal to not looking normal and not looking healthy and literally looking like horrible. And when you see that, you realize what truly matters is someone's soul. Like, no matter how horrible you look, no matter when you're literally about to die, you realize in that moment that your soul is what truly matters and what people truly see, because that's what makes you you. And God has a plan for every single soul. And no matter what, it's not ever there's nothing that will ever get in the way of that. And that's something that I want all of you to believe and know, and let go of some of that control, because you're going to feel a lot of stress go away from your life when you're like, okay, I have my goals, I have the things I want to achieve and that I want to do, and I'm going to work towards them, and I'm just going to work towards them. I'm not going to create this crazy plan. I'm not going to sit here and have all these expectations, and I'm not going to sit here and feel defeated when things don't work out the way that I thought that they would. I'm not going to get defeated when, my views or my likes aren't growing as fast as I thought as they would. I'm not going to beat myself up when I feel embarrassed about something that I said or that I did. I'm not going to regret it anymore when I change my mind about something that I wanted. You're allowed to change your mind. And only you know what you truly want. God knows what you want, and God knows what you're going to have. And most of the time, what you want, it's not even really what you want. And what God ends up giving you you're like, you would have never, your brain couldn't even think of wanting it because you almost didn't even think that it was possible, to where your brain didn't even fathom of even wanting it because you didn't even know that it was possible. Isn't that crazy? Like, I have had things in my life that have happened where I'm like, I didn't even know that this was possible. Like, I wanted this, but like, I didn't even know that what I wanted could be like times 20 and be even better, and then I was living in that life. I didn't even know. Even the life I live right now, even though I feel like, oh, I felt like I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I'm not scared about it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm doing all the things that I want to do. I'm reaching my goals. I don't have my plan. I have a little bit of a plan, but my plan is kind of like, God's the plan, honestly. God's working it out somehow. He's working it out, and it's going to happen, and that's just the way that it is. But I feel like I can finally, like, take a deep breath and actually feel in that deep breath that everything is working out and everything is going to be okay and everything is making sense. And I'm going to look back and realize what was actually happening underneath all of this. And so are you. So are you. So are you. And that's it. And that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you very much. Until next time, au revoir.